So we are joined today under the quill by author J. Lincoln Fenn, winner of her category, Sci-Fi Fantasy Horror, in the ABNA contest last year. Welcome to the Writer's Block.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me.
Of course. One thing I know our viewers will definitely want to know is, as a finalist, what was your publishing experience like with Amazon?
Well, it was a really great experience overall, and they're a great team to work with. The timeline was very quick, so it's you kind of got a call that you were the finalist, and then to get it published by October really took a lot of work on their part and my part as well. But as a collective team, it was just amazing what we accomplished in a very short period of time. So yeah, they're a great publisher to work with, and I'm so thrilled I was able to do that this year.
That's awesome.
So do you have any advice on any part of the contest and the submission process for our viewers at home who are biting their nails and anxiously awaiting this whole gauntlet?
Yes, yeah. Well, it is a gauntlet, and it's a nail biter throughout the entire process. But what I would recommend people do before they submit is really read the rules carefully. I mean, you got to make sure you have every kind of T crossed and I dotted, and then use the discussion boards. Amazon Breakthrough Novel Award has discussion threads, and there's a whole community of people and writers who have entered more than 1 year sometimes, and they're very supportive and give great advice, and just kind of hold your hand through the whole thing. So I recommend connecting with them, definitely.
Great advice. Get that support.
I am one of those people that have entered like 5 times.
Yeah.
I never make it past the first round, darn it.
Well, you know what? You should. I mean, just keep entering, because one of the winners of their category last year was had made it to a semifinalist stage, and the person who won the grand prize didn't make it, I think, through the first cut. So, keep entering.
Keep trying.
Yeah. Luck of the draw. Keep going.
Yeah.
One of the questions that I personally have that I'm dying to know is, how much editing does Amazon do to the manuscript that you actually submitted? I mean, is it like crazy amounts, or is it like kind of like as is, or how much do they edit?
Well, and this was a real learning curve. You get the call and you're like, now what? So they assigned me a developmental editor. And that process wasn't, I got along really well with her, and I didn't have a lot to change in terms of the structure or any of the main plot points. But they do check your continuity, and that's something I hadn't really thought about. So, she'd send me a note, you say it's a lamp here, but it was a flashlight, 10 pages ago. Which is it, Or she would ask me questions like, how flammable is wine? Don't you need something with more alcohol content?
Okay.
So it's really like
that's
getting
great.
in depth. Yeah.
Okay.
Like great fact checking.
Yeah.
I wish I had one of those in my pocket
I know.
that I could pull out every time I finish work.
Okay, that's really encouraging.
Yeah.
My last question for you is, if you had a DeLorean, a time machine, a TARDIS, and you could go back in time, is there anything that you would have done differently if you could do it all over again?
Well, I think, I might have connected a little bit more with trying to build a platform, because the very last stage of the contest is people voting. So I had really gotten my Facebook together, my Twitter together, or my Goodreads profile. So, and I think that's just good things to do anyway. And no matter how far you get along in the contest, use where you get to propel yourself forward, because, this is how it worked for me. But, I've been through other kind of processes and submitting to agents and publishers and whatnot. So I think just taking your work and yourself as a writer seriously, and start building that platform, and then advantaging however far you get is the best way to go.
Great advice. advice. Great
Yeah.
advice. So you
Yeah.
introverts out there,
Yeah.
you introverts out there, social network like
I
you've
know.
never social networked before.
Yes.
Well,
Yeah.
unfortunately, that's all the time we have for today. But thank you so much for joining
Yeah,
us today
thank
at the
you.
Writer's Block. It was an honor to have you.
Oh, thank you so much for inviting me.
For more of the Writer's Block, check us out on emPOWERme.tv and subscribe to us now on YouTube and Daily Motion.